Hello and welcome back to the basement. When I last left you, I was painting all of the cabinetry down here. And this week I'm going to continue painting the ceiling and the walls in this space. So on the piece of cabinetry behind the camera here, I painted the ceiling the same color as the cabinets. I kind of did a color drench situation over there. But over here, I'm gonna keep the ceiling light. So I'm gonna be painting the walls and the ceiling on this side, a kind of light, warm, creamy white, the same color that I painted our walls upstairs. And I just want to keep this side nice and bright. And so I spent some time yesterday masking off the cabinetry and the window over here because, I had to go ahead and mask it off at the top so that I could get the ceiling sprayed. And then I was like, well, I might as well go ahead and mask all the edges and I'll just cut in with the sprayer. I did get a little bit of feedback on last week's video about the types of sprayer that I should have, and I eventually will buy a new sprayer, but not for this project. For this project, the one that I have is fine, it'll get the job done, but eventually I will be investing in a much nicer sprayer, just not for this job. Now on the piece back here, around this cabinetry and the walls, I am gonna be cutting in around the walls and the ceiling. It was just more than I really wanted to mask off over there, so I will be cutting in with a brush and then rolling on the paint on that side. But it shouldn't be too bad. So anyway, I'm going to fill up my sprayer and get to painting. I'll be painting the walls and the ceiling on this side in an eggshell finish. And the color that I'm using is called Cotton Knit by Behr. And this is the same color that I used upstairs. This looks pretty good. Let's see. Oh, that's not a good sensation. I tried to go a little bit heavier with this application, and it's just hard to tell because it's a lot of white paint. So it's hard to tell for sure if I need another coat, but it looks pretty good. And while I had the paint in the sprayer, I just went ahead and used it all up for cutting in as much as possible. So I really shouldn't have to do hardly any cutting in except for around the big unit back here. So that's good. I also went ahead and painted kind of these smaller areas because they might be a little bit more challenging to get a roller into or without kind of bumping into stuff. So anyway, that wasn't too bad. Man, this frog tape is thebomb.com, man. It really does a good job of masking. Gosh, that's clean. That tape works so good. Frog tape. Don't sleep on the frog tape. Just for comparison, this is where I use the regular blue, like I don't know what the brand is, but just the regular blue masking tape. And it just really is not a very crisp line. And then you can see there, I have a couple of spots where I need to touch up, but for the most part, I mean, it did a really good job, especially over here. Looks great. And it only pulled the paint off in a couple of spots. So I'll have to touch up that little spot. And there was another spot somewhere. I'll touch up there at the top of the window. Oh, in this little spot here, it pulled the paint off. But not bad. That was pretty good. So I just want to go in and kind of clean up the edges here on this cabinet specifically. I have a few little touch-up spots to do over there, but I did not mask this off when I painted it. I just freehanded it, and you can tell it looks a little bit sloppy. So I'm going to mask off the wall and then just kind of reestablish this line here with some touch-up paint. And I'm using the frog tape again, but this is the delicate surface version. So it's for freshly painted surfaces, or surfaces that might be a little bit more prone to peeling off when you peel the tape off. So we're gonna try it out and see. I was really happy with how the frog tape worked on that side. I was actually kind of amazed because it's really hard to get nice clean edges without the paint bleeding through. This stuff seems to do the trick. And I was very skeptical at first, like the way that looks. Hang on, start over. I wanna get it nice and straight. So yesterday, I took a trip to the Habitat for Humanity Restore because I remember that they usually have a lot of hardware, and I need, gosh, over 30 pieces of hardware for all of these drawers because I got a lot of drawers. And they did not disappoint. They actually had a lot. Now, it was kind of mismatched, but they're all similar shapes and sizes. And I also have some Rub and Buff. I've got a bunch of different colors of Rub and Buff. And this is just like a metallic paint that you can put on hardware, and it kind of can change the color of the hardware. So I'm gonna kind of experiment with this a little bit and try to paint some of this hardware to make it all look the same or at least similar. And then I'll have hardware to put on all these drawers and doors. Going through the Restore, doing it secondhand like that, probably saved me at least 50% on hardware, especially for a job this big. But it does get really expensive when you have this many doors and drawers that need hardware. So anyway, I got a nice little mix of things here. So I've got these, gold, and I don't really mind these, but they're just a little too bright gold for me. So I kind of would like something that's like an antique bronze or more of a antique gold, a little bit dulled down, a little bit darker than that. And then I've got some that are very similar, but just silver. So, I mean, those are pretty close, not identical, but I was really looking for something that was as close as possible in diameter so that, you know, if these are on different drawers on the same side, it wouldn't stand out too much. These are a little bit different, but still similar. Again, a little bit different color silver, slightly different shape, but pretty close. And actually these are, yeah, so. And then the other ones that I got that are probably the most different are these. These are kind of a pewter color, but I'll probably try to put all of these on the same side, but you can see these are a little bit bigger. And then I picked up some extra screws for attaching them to the drawers. And these screws too, you can cut these to link. They have these little spaces here that you can kind of cut them off. I actually have never cut these off, but I think it's relatively easy with a hacksaw. All right, so I actually bought way more than I needed, because I do remember when I got up to the checkout, I started trying to do the count in my head of how many drawers and doors I had. And I kind of panicked and I went back and got a bunch more knobs, which is fine. I'll have other millwork projects that need knobs, but I was able to narrow it down. I had enough of the pewter, like exactly enough of the pewter ones to do the built-ins over on this side, so I'll use all of those. That'll be consistent. And then I had enough of these to do this side. This is the sewing room side. And so I actually just realized this is my first like creative project in this space. So that's kind of fun and cool. I can't find my other paintbrushes. They're packed in a box somewhere, so I'm gonna use one of these little ones just to get it on there. And then I'll use a paper towel to buff it in. We'll let that one kind of sit for a minute. And then I'm gonna come back and put another coat on. More yellow on the camera. It's a little more bronze in person. I might kind of darken it a little bit. I found that it's actually a little bit better to do it with I've just got a cotton pad here, just dipping it in there and rubbing it on. Maybe that's how it's intended. It is called rub and buff. But I think this goes a little bit better than painting it on. It goes on a little bit smoother and it kind of buffs it in there. And I'm gonna be doing a combo of the European gold and the black to kind of darken it up a little bit, or ebony, I guess I should say. So I'm putting on the European gold first, and then I'm gonna go back over that with the black once it dries a little bit. All right, this place is very dusty and a little bit messy. It's really not that messy, but I'm just gonna get everything tidied up. I'm gonna dust everything really well and vacuum in here because we're kind of at an almost finished point in this space. And we will be putting floors in here. I have some other things I need to do kind of over there first, but I just wanna get all this cleaned up. And yeah, it just needs to be cleaned. It's dirty. That sprayer blows a lot of dust around, so there's like dust, a fine layer of dust on every surface, and the floor is really dusty too. So get it nice and tidy, because the hard parts are over. Feels good to be at this point in the project. For the last few weeks, I've just been ready to be done with this project and like to be to a finished point. There's still stuff that needs to be done in here, but it's mostly finishing touches and flooring. However, before we put the floors in, I still have a couple of things I want to do. Well, I say a couple of things. I've got a few things I need to do over here in this little hallway, and I also want to work on our stairwell because our stairwell, it needs a total makeover. Let me take you over there. So our stairs are not to code. The rise is like 9 inches plus, and every stair riser is a little bit different, but it's around 9 inches. It should only be like 7 to 7.5 inches. So walking up and down these stairs is work, and I have not gotten used to it. Every time people come over, I'm always so nervous that they're gonna fall on these stairs because they're so awkward to walk up and down. Next week, I think I'm gonna start working on that and kind of get my head wrapped around the situation with the stairs. This closet here also needs to be completely demolished. It is in really rough shape, and this is going to be where we have access to the stairs. And I think we have space to kind of reconfigure the stairs to make them to code. So that is kind of the next thing that I want to do, and that kind of leads into this space. So I want to get that done before we put the floors in. And the same thing with this little hallway right here. But this area is in a pretty good place right now. The hard parts are over. This whole week and last week too, I was like, gosh, it just feels good to not feel like I'm just working my butt off every day of every week to get this basement done and just getting everything painted. And I knew once I got everything painted, I was gonna feel so good about this space, and I do. I still have to finish the top of my desk over here. I'm just gonna put like a clear finish on that. I'm not gonna do any staining on it. I kind of like the way it looks as a natural wood. And I have some trim too to kind of clean up the edges of that, but I'll probably get to that later. I love how the colors look in here. This green over here on the sewing room side is just so nice with the kind of view outside. It really kind of pulls everything together. I love how the hardware turned out. I was nervous that Rub and Buff wouldn't work on that shiny hardware. I think it's gonna be okay. We'll see. Over time, it may kind of wear off. If it does, I'll just like repaint it or just get some different hardware. But I got a really good deal on that hardware, so I'm very happy about that. And obviously I still have to finish the drawers in this little unit over here. I need a break from making drawers, and I need to get a little bit more plywood. So I'm giving myself a rest from that. It's such a different vibe down here from where this basement started. I'll try to find the footage that I took on the day that we came for the inspection, because they had carpet in here. It was just really dark. The lighting was not great. And now it's just so bright in here. It feels good down here and it's welcoming. And once I get all of my stuff in here and like get everything kind of decorated and get all the books and knickknacks and get my fabric and all of the decor in here, I think it's gonna be such a special place to spend some time and be creative and watch movies and entertain guests. I think this is just gonna be a really great space. I'm very, very excited about it and so glad to be on this side of this project. So anyway, I wanna thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in next week's video. I'm gonna start working on this hallway, the closet, the stairway, all of that. So I will see you then. Bye.